Hello and welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla, and today I will be your cosmic guide as we make some predictions for your March. This is a timeless reading, but I will be talking a little bit about the astrology going on in March of 2026. And as this is a collective reading, please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. As always, thank you so much in advance for all the love and support and interaction you give to my videos and to my channel. It does help me a lot, so thank you. And if you are interested in a personal reading, my links are in the description down below. So I don't have too much to say on the astrology of March. I just know that it should not be as chaotic as the last 2 weeks of February were, but we are entering the month with Mercury having gone retrograde on February 25th. But luckily, on March 10th, Jupiter is stationing direct, so it will no longer be in retrograde. And then later this year, it's switching signs to Leo, so very fun, very exciting. Venus is also entering Aries and will be making some conjunctions and some aspects with the two planets that are there right now, which are Saturn and Neptune. So it shouldn't be as chaotic as it was with the other conjunctions in Aries, but you never know. Good luck, as always, this month ahead. Today, we have two piles for you. We have pile 1 with the Wiser Tarot, 44 Amplified Power. Your energy is being amplified. You hold the power of the Ascended Masters. Here's an uber close-up. And then pile 2, we've got number 20, Masters, Teachers, and Loved Ones. You are being guided by the divine. Allow your heart space to open and trust that we are here with you every step of the way. So both cards definitely do talk about the Masters or just being guided and being helped this month. So whichever pile that you choose, just know that you are being guided and open up your heart space a little more. Open up to receive some of that information and guidance. But I believe that we are being guided even if we don't know it. But it's easier when we do know it because we can acknowledge it a lot more and be more in tune with the blessings that do come our way. So with that, I'll give you a quick second to choose your pile, and then I'll either see you in your pile or see you in the next reading. Welcome, pile 1. I will be starting off with some astro dice here because in addition to whatever houses will be activated for you during March and the zodiac seasons, which are Pisces and Aries, so those houses in your chart will most likely be highlighted a little bit in March. In addition to those houses, I did want to see if there is another or a specific house that you can look at and see what will be going on, what will be highlighted for you at this time in March. So let's see here. We've got number 10. So your 10th house, which is your house of career, your fame, your reputation, public image, ambition, your social statuses, but also your authority figures like your boss or maybe even your father. So these people and this house will be highlighted for you during this month. To start us off, your overall energy of February is the Five of Wands, which is kind of funny that it's maybe career related. So this can look like a few different things. One thing that came to me was obviously maybe arguing with your coworkers or having to kind of fight for your position. Like if you are one of many coworkers or colleagues who are supposed to be picked for something, maybe you had to fight for that, or you are all in a team and having to just navigate teamwork and team building. This could be team building in a good way too. It doesn't have to be strictly chaos or strictly fighting for something, but there's definitely an emphasis on that. It could be play as well. Maybe even just, like I heard, tag football or something like that. Just like something fun that you do on the side, and maybe this pours into your everyday life. But watch out because all of this Aries movement, I am kind of feeling a little bit more of that. hostility, and maybe not directly anger or too hostile, I guess, but just like things are ramped up, I should say, especially being a wand. So with this, how can you prepare? What's ready to be released? Well, there we go. We got the anxieties, the anxieties and the sleepless nights and the worries over everything, over every little possible thing. And you know what? If you are so worried and you're not getting enough sleep, this can totally make you irritable and make the energy around you seem heightened and chaotic and just not good to be around. Some bad vibes here. So you are being asked to release all these anxieties and to release any thoughts that are keeping you hindered and really just so pent up. It's time to free up your mind to think about other things. And I love how literally I was drawn to this Aries symbol right here. That's so funny. The astrology, I mean, especially coming out from a hectic month in February and then going into another eclipse right at the beginning of the month of March, things can be a little chaotic. And I think you can give yourself grace while also being able to let that go so that your energy can be amplified, so you can have better vibes and better frequencies. All you have to do is ask, really. So when this Nine of Swords energy is released, what can you focus on and prioritize? What deserves your attention here? Ooh, the High Priestess. Okay, I'm certainly first and foremost getting your inner wisdom, your inner intuition, and being able to trust yourself. But see here how the moon is just here. I'm getting that as the emotions, just like here with the Nine of Swords, are in control. They're not overtaking this High Priestess. So I think if you can focus on your emotional body and maybe wherever your moon is placed as well, this can help you settle and ground yourself a little more, because there are some energies with the Five of Wands that you will have to face. And it's hard to face that if you are so caught up in your own mind. You have to really ground and let your mind be calm and be level-headed. There's things behind this veil that you can't see yet, and maybe that's what's causing some anxieties here, because there's uncertainty. But learning how to be okay with uncertainty and learning how to be okay with not knowing everything, as hard as it may be, that will ultimately help you. So maybe there are some literal things like therapy or therapeutic techniques that you can do to help with your thoughts and letting some of those go, so that you can focus on your inner self first and foremost. I also heard this as inner work. So yes, if with releasing a lot of this Nine of Swords energy, there will be inner work that you have to do so that you don't stay here in the Knight of Swords, and that you can really do that work and become your own inner High Priestess. You don't have to necessarily be so intuitive and share this as a gift to everybody, but at least for your own self, for the sake of yourself, do so. But what can you look forward to this month of March? We've got the Three of Cups. So this is fun. This is social and having friends, getting a drink or two, and not taking things so seriously. I think that's the gift with the High Priestess, is that she is a little bit more objective and not so caught up in emotions or thoughts. She's able to not take things so seriously, and also obviously not take everything for granted or not as serious as they should be. But you can look forward to new friends, hanging out with people, celebrating, just harvesting the good times. Cheers, like literally cheersing, and having a group of friends to hang out with. Maybe they can help soften your anxieties. Either way, collaboration, partnership, your Ascended Masters are here to help you as well. Ooh, and I just looked down again at the Ascended Masters to read it. With High Priestess under here, your energy is being amplified. You hold the power of the Ascended Masters. So if this is something you really want, you want to have the knowledge and seek out the hidden stuff, then yeah, definitely focus and prioritize on that. If this is what you want, you really have to be able to let some fears and anxieties go, clean up your headspace so that you can be objective and you can align to the frequencies of these higher powers. They are not filled with all this anxiety and worry, so you're asked to also embody that. But with this, we've got the fun stuff, all of the Three of Cups. What are some potential challenges that you can navigate? We've got the Justice. And that is so funny because look at these two cards. High Priestess and Justice, they are mirrored. They're like sister signs, I guess. But obviously, one is the more yin and one is yang, and one is intuitive, one is logical. So, with that, if you have to navigate challenges of your logical mind, navigate challenges of the anxieties that you face, having to navigate the inner and outer worlds, your heart and your mind, and that intuition and logic. So these are some things that since you're aware of now, you can have in the back of your mind to work on. So honestly, I see balance here as well. We've got some chaos with the Five of Wands, and then we've got some fun with other people. Community doesn't always have to be so jarring or so competitive, even. And that's what Justice is here to tell you. There will be challenges between balance, but ultimately, you can do it. You can do it. I trust in you. And give it to yourself. You, like I said, you are aware of this right now. So don't let yourself fall behind if this is something you really want. If you are seeking the balance that you are looking for, it starts with your inner work. It starts with challenging your distorted thoughts and challenging things that let your mind go in a loop that don't serve you, that don't allow you to reach this high priestess state. Of course, justice also comes in for legal troubles. So this could be something challenging that you will have to navigate, legal or just anything that's kind of impartial. You know, sometimes decisions are made and we tried our best and it's not what we want, but we have to be okay with how it ends regardless, and just know that it'll work out for you. So going back to this Five of Wands earlier, I had mentioned maybe it's you competing over a spot over your colleague, and let's say the justice is served, suppose, and it comes in that they chose someone else over you. You have to be okay with that. And of course, it's easier said than done in the moment, and it's easier to feel bad. But ultimately, don't harbor on that. Don't let that sit with you. And then you think of all these Nine of Swords thoughts, and it just it feeds the loop that isn't good. So just trust that, again, the veil here. There are things that you don't know yet, and that's okay. Maybe if you can come to a more higher perspective and partial mind, it won't be so bad on you. Alrighty, pile one. Well, with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic month, and I wanted to leave you with a good fortune. We've got an unexpected gift will bring you great fortune, love, and I also love how the imagery really mirrors each other here. So that's really fun and very mystical, honestly, especially if part of the collective here. Oh, look, even the High Priestess crown. So it seems like there is a collective here who wants to align maybe into magical sense or just the mystical, esoteric world. Whatever that looks like for you, I think this is really standing out for this part of the collective. So have fun. Let me know what your unexpected gift is. If you figure it out by the end of the month, come back and let me know. I also saw the bottom of the deck because I was like, let me see what's here. And we have the freaking Wheel of Fortune. So definitely unexpected. Things are turning in your favor, of course, especially just the 10th house, Jupiter. Oh my gosh, Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter, like I said, is, oh my goodness, is turning direct, stationing direct on March 10th. 10 here. Jupiter rules the 10th card, the Wheel of Fortune. And its number is also 4. That's its number, Jupiter. And then we have 44 here. So, ooh, this is very fun, very Jupiterian, especially as Jupiter rules Pisces too. So just that Jupiterian energy is just all over the place. But oh, this is so exciting, so fun. So again, with this, have a fantastic month, and I can't wait to read for you again next time. So I'll either see you in the next pile or I'll see you in another video. Welcome back, pile 2. I want to start off with some Astro Dice. Just like I mentioned in the first pile, March will have 2 zodiac seasons, Pisces and Aries, so those houses will be highlighted for you most likely in this month. But I wanted to do some dice here and just see if there's an extra emphasis on a particular house this month for you. So let's see. Here on my side, it's 3, just with the shape of it. So I'm going to keep that with house 3. So this is your early education, your local communities, siblings, communication, perception, even the language, technology, and transportation. So being curious and open-minded about these things, which is funny because we have open your heart space. And I do want to clarify that early education part could be literally elementary school education, or if you are studying something or going back to school, this is the early bits of it. This is just the beginning before it launches into something like higher education, which would be the ninth house. It's when you get super into the studies. Like we can think about it as the early education could be prereqs and the associate's degree, and then higher education would be the bachelor's and master's, even PhD degrees. So, however that fits in for you, even outside of a school setting, just whatever you're studying, whatever you're learning at this time. Alrighty, so just to reiterate your card here, we've got number 20, masters, teachers, and loved ones. You are being guided by the divine. Allow your heart space to open and trust that they are here with you every step of the way. What is your overall energy of March? We've got the 4 of Pentacles. So automatically I'm seeing security pent up in, the fortress, your home, for stability, your home. And one of the things here is maybe you are having to save and be extra frugal right now, extra scarce, because I don't know the exact numbers, but how many people just got laid off? The job market is terrible at the moment. So I can totally see this as having to spend your time inside and just holding on to whatever you've got, whatever is in your home, and not really have to worry about external things. But I also see this for another part of the collective, whoever this part resonates. It's isolation and maybe over magnetization of something, making you feel like you have to isolate yourself and be alone. Because if we look at this fortress looks kind of a normal size, but the guy in here is just huge, just comically large, and honestly his face looks crazy. This man looks terrified. And the trees and the brush around, just like, it's all kind of looped into each other. There's nothing singular about that. And even having to isolate with water around so nobody gets in. I think this is a month of hanging on too tight to something. And maybe it's valid, but overextended, over-exaggerated a little bit. But of course, like, safety first, right? And that's part of that root chakra. And maybe this is where you can also ask the divine in your spirit team for guidance and help you open up your space so that you're not alone. Open up your heart space to let other people in. So with this, what can be released this month? We've got the 2 of Wands. I just heard fear of asking for help. This directly ties into this divine card. You can ask them for help and they are here to help you. You just have to ask. You can't expect it without asking first. So release your fear of a handout, and I say that with quotations, and also of indecision. If there's a decision that you've been weighing or choices you have to make, it's time to finally pick and choose. You can't stay in this limbo forever. Just which one? Ask for guidance about it. Ask to receive synchronicities or messages about whichever choice you make, but ultimately make sure that you have time to ask yourself as well, what would you want? It's because the Ace of Wands, it deserves your focus and prioritization. You have to make a choice so that you can focus on it, so that you can finally just grab it and focus on what needs to be ignited and busted open and just go in with full force passion. This is your focus, and you can't focus on your brand new tangible thing if you don't make a decision, if you are not open in the first place. A quote I've seen recently was saying something like, aces are only new opportunities if you take them. So if you don't take this opportunity, or if you don't decide, then your focus may have to be elsewhere, but this is a chance for you. The universe is saying, hey, here it is. I am take it. Which one you're gonna pick? And ultimately, it's up to you, obviously. But you're being given. I don't want to say a handout in a negative way, but you are being given this. This is a gift, and you are being asked to take it. Open yourself up to take it. Honestly, this is the rose here. I don't know. It's just giving the same energy as this wand. The hangman shows up as something you can look forward to because you'll be able to see something from another perspective. Okay, I was being guided to the snake because I had a dream about a snake last night, so I was just looking at this, and to me, this was being supported. You are being supported here. Your guides, your spirit team, once you open that yourself up, you can be guided and supported by them. So this is something you can look forward to. They will be guiding you as you suspend yourself and you open to illumination, or you're waiting to receive an answer. And maybe this is how you finally make a decision on something, that you are able to be in a state of nothingness, of presence, pure presence, and like a meditative state, and you come to whatever choice you would like to make. I was also drawn back to the Four of Pentacles and all the green, because green is the heart space, your heart chakra. So yeah, totally. If this is you being closed off, the energy of this month is learning how to open yourself up, how to let others in, how to step outside your comfort zone. But with this, like, we have a lot to look forward to, lots of new opportunities available. What are some potential challenges to navigate? We've got the Hierophant. Ooh, this is interesting because a Hierophant is typically that gatekeeper, like a pope, a priest. This would be a master or a teacher that guides others. So I wonder if this is having to use your discernment regarding who you look to for information. Not everybody will be on the same path or have either your best interest in mind, or, there's a lot of that, especially in the spiritual community. Lots of people who are not in it for the right reasons. So yeah, use this hangman energy to really discern for yourself. Take a moment before jumping into any, let's say, apprenticeships or mentorships with someone else, and trust that gut instinct for sure. But challenges, I also see the Hierophant as rigid structure. Someone who plays by the rules and takes it literally and doesn't diverge from that. So I think this is an opportunity, again, for your own discernment to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are drawn to something in particular, but certain aspects of it don't really resonate, or you can take certain lessons and certain teachings, but you don't have to fully dive in and become committed if you are not ready for that. There are so many guides out here. You don't have to stick to one particular construct, religion, or whatever that looks like for you. Maybe just not even knowing who to trust is a challenge. Knowing who to go to. Because, again, with the age that we are in, of social media, there's so many people out there. It's influx and so saturated. So I can totally see how that's a challenge of being who do you go to? If you look up something, you can literally look up cooking. That just was something that came to me right away. Cooking, how to cook. There will be so many YouTubers, so many blogs, so many people who can teach you how to cook. It's just overwhelming at that point. So just trust, ask for divine guidance, ask to be led to someone who can help you on your path, a teacher to teach you, and trust in that process. But with that, I want to leave you with a good fortune for March. A forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings. Ooh, Hierophant is also blessing here. This is a sign he's making of a blessing. Forgotten spell. So definitely something you've worked on in the past, and I'm kind of seeing this with the Ace of Wands. That's spell work right there in itself. This could even be a forgotten ask, a prayer, something you've prayed about before or asked for guidance on that you completely forgot about. Now you can maybe see some movement here. And I do want to mention the bottom of the deck, which is the Empress. I'm mentioning it because of the third house. So That's definitely coming in. We've got a 3 there. The Empress doesn't have to hoard or fear of lack because she knows she can cultivate more of it. She's not worried about that mindset. So I think here she's asking you to take care of yourself. Find ways to take care of yourself. Find ways to let go of some control so that you can lay back, like the Empress here, and just chill out and not have to worry so much. And she is a great manifester. She brings life, whether that's literal or figurative in the sense of fertility here with the with the Ace of Wands. So you have new opportunities here. The Empress can also be a guide for you. So for whoever this resonates with, she's a guide. She wants to help you. Like I said, take care of yourself. So this is a teacher here. Just open yourself up to that and see how she comes through for you. I like that she's wearing green too, because that's heart space. There's so many deities who represent the Empress, so I won't name any of them here, but however you connect with that, that's okay. Awesome, Pile 2. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I hope you have a fantastic March and your month ahead. And I'll either see you in another pile or I'll see you in my next reading.